Okay, one of the things that was asked is how to store this, right? When you're doing all the protein prep. So I am in a season, in an era where I'm moving away from like the plastic things. Like nothing against Tupperware, Rubbermaid, they're amazing. I'm looking for more ways just to know glass has been used for a very long time. So I just took our mild to wild meatloaf that we just ground, and I'm putting it in a bread loaf pan. It makes it nice and easy. The dish that the meatloaf itself was in, right there, I get to wait for that to cool off, and then I'm going to use this other one for the meatballs. One of the things I do like is having clear and see-through, because I can't stand hide and seek in the fridge. That means when someone's in there and the containers are opaque where you can't see through it, you open it up and you gotta like lift the lid, and not everyone puts the lid back on and things get oxidated faster. Pain in the butt. I like to see what's in there, because then I can like glance and my creative juices or my salivary juices can get going. All right, so storage, make sure that they cool off. Make sure that they cool off. And then sometimes they have like these baking dishes, often will come with their own little cap. Make sure that those are cool. I can actually put the meatballs in here too, depending. Or then, once it's cooled, I will put a wrap over it. Yeah. So thank you for asking about storage. Now the other thing, long term, if you were to like make a meatloaf marathon, I would first of all make a bigger sheet and I would pop it in the big oven. But let's say you don't have a big oven and it's all on the air fryer. So I would have 3 or 4 of these in the queue, and then wait till they cool off, and then I would vacuum seal them and then put them in the freezer. Yes and yes. Okay. How would you do you? How would you do you? What's resonating with you right now? A comedy, a mashup of that, if you will. I'm all about let's make it delicious, packed with protein. This has an onion. This also has salt, pepper, garlic, Dijon mustard, and almond milk, because it's a 3-ingredient almond milk, which now I remember almond, or water, almonds, and a little bit of sea salt. And this is, can you see this? Oh, this is just turning up so beautiful. Now what's really nice about this is usually when you are meal prepping, especially like protein, right? Protein prep, I think, is one of the most important things, not only women in our season, every season we need to have, but having your protein on the ready, because that's usually what takes the longest. The beautiful part about getting this ground is you do not have to cook it to death. You do not have to make it well done, because more than likely you are going to warm this up again. I already know, like, I don't often just eat cold ground meat, although I'm not opposed in a pinch, and you know, if I gotta get my protein in. Kind of like getting your steps or your squats when you're like brushing your teeth at the end of the night and like looking at, you're kind of like, oh shit, I gotta get my steps in too. So there's that. The whole point of browning this right now is just to get a base cook. This is also elk. So as I have mentioned before, and I'll say it again, compared to regular meat that you get in the store, wild game does not need to be cooked the same way. It's a different animal, it's a different category. So you, comparatively, you always want to undercook so you get the best flavor, because it's like nature intended. Elk is my favorite. Okay, this is done. This is done like it's done like it's done. So super cool, because again, when I'm going to put this in a recipe to have it again, I'm probably going to just put it on warm in the air fryer, right? So it's going to get a second cooking. So this is kind of like just getting that little bit. All right, so we're going to take that off. Next, I'm just going to keep the goodness going. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, let's see what we got going on with the meatloaf in there. Let's see if I put enough sauce on top. It's kind of looking like a little bit of char. So the recipe called for doing it as ground beef. $3.50 for like 1.25, 1.5 hours. So this was, what I did? $3.25 for 25. Let's see what happens. Ooh. All right. This looks like it's burnt. However, it is just saucy char. Oh, but that's bubbling goodness. Let's have a look. Have a look. Can you see that? Oh, it's so good. Now, the other thing I want to make sure we see. Let's take this little knife here. We did not add any fat. This is just plain lean, but you can tell like there's no redness left in it. So it definitely got juicy, the egg and everything else. So I'm so excited for that. Now, the juicy part on here is going to make an exquisite gravy. So do not put this down the drain. A, it's bad for pipes. Save the juice on this. It's going to be incredible. In fact, you could take the juice from that and put it in there. You see what I got going on? Okay, now, okay, what we get to do while the little air fryer is hot, we're gonna put the cooking sheet ones in because that's our base. There we go. That is our base, and we usually use that one as the catch bin for any drippings. I didn't think about that. So slide it in, and it's not going to need to go nearly as much. So I'm going to go, what did we do last time? Toast, pizza, fish. I'm going to do 350. Definitely not for that long. So we're going to go 350 for 10 minutes. And then we're going to open it up and we're going to check it. And then we're going to take the ones in the vented. So Meatloaf week continues.